You see, we could say that the juridical team or the legal team of Tymoshenko is much more wider than these 4 or 3 guys who are representing her in the court. So I'm coordinating all the lawyers who are representing her in that case, and there are a lot of people who are supporting us as lawyers, who are working as lawyers, but they are not representing her in the case directly, in the court directly. There are 3 lawyers that you have in the case. One of them is just the famous enough law scientist. Another one is just and 2 of them are just the defense lawyers who are famous enough in the law society of Ukraine. Yeah, there are some international lawyers who are just observing the case. I could say that the U.S. law company Covington and Burling was also making a research on the charges based on the so-called gas case, and according to their conclusions, they said that that case had no legal grounds, that case is politically motivated, and that case and the charges in that case is worse than the paper that it is written on. Also, the Danish Helsinki Committee was observing that case, and they also made the conclusion that that case is politically motivated, and that case has nothing to do with the criminal charges, and that case is just it's just the political one, but not the criminal one. And that is just the possibility for the nowadays government to charge the oppositional leader for the normal decisions made by the Prime Minister. Also, the Australian independent observers were just looking on that case, and they have made the same conclusions. So also, the main European politicians thinks that that case is politically motivated. We also have the statement made by the State Department of the United States. You see, I could say that the judge is violating the Criminal Proceedings Code of Ukraine maybe every minute or even every second. The judge is absolutely conducted from the president's administration. The judge is not independent at the whole judiciary system of Ukraine. You see, the year ago, the nowadays government adopted the new law, the new judiciary law, and according to that law, the constitutional body, which is named the Supreme Council of Justice, it received a new anti-constitutional powers to fire every judge. So every judge in Ukraine could be fired in 2 weeks. And every judge in Ukraine is not independent, and it is conducted by the government. So that judge who is hearing the case, that's the reflection of what the government wants to see, or how the government wants to see the judge. He's young, he's ambitious, he don't know the law, he just want to fulfill all the orders that he received. He is not making any decisions. He is just fulfilling the orders that he received, and you see, he made the only decision by himself, but that was the biggest mistake, that he allowed the press to be present for the first 5 or 7 days of hearings, and then he cancelled that decision pressed by his political leader. He was appointed as a judge less than 2 years ago. He was appointed by the president, and everybody in Ukraine understands that that's the case, Tymoshenko against president, and that judge was appointed by the president. So that's the biggest conflict of interest. So the guy who is appointed by the political opponent of Tymoshenko is judging her. There is just an open register of the cases, and we could see that that judge heard the very small criminal cases, and he have no expertise in anything. For instance, like the detention for the people, just making a very small criminal offenses. Like maybe like stealing of $100. I could say also that that judge was transferred by the president from the small regional court to the central court of the capital of the country just before the hearing of that case. So I could think that he was transferred specifically for that case. Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. So I think that they just choose that judge absolutely for that case, and they need the judge who don't know the law, who is ambitious, who is young, who don't know what is happening. So they specifically choose that judge for that case. No, the charges has nothing to do with any corruption. So the charges has nothing to do with the people of Ukraine. So the only charges are that she was misusing her power and signing without the adoption of the cabinet of ministers some documents. You see, but everyone in Ukraine and every lawyer in Ukraine understands that that's artificial charges. That has nothing to do with the criminal charges, because the government of Ukraine want to criminalize the normal political decisions made by the prime minister, and everybody in Ukraine understands that. Absolutely. So we could say that that's just how the nowadays government struggle against their political opponents. I could say that maybe 10 or 12 people from the previous government are now imprisoned or under detention. Yeah, the people, they are the members of her government, but I could say also that the people who were aligned with the Yushchenko, they have no problems. They are just working and they have no problems. They are not prosecuted. They have no problems at all. No. They have the very similar charges that is named the misusage of power, because that's absolutely not concrete charges, and you could put under the charges everything what was done. Yeah, according to the law, there should be one prosecutor, but there are 4 of them. Yeah, you see, they are violating the law. They are violating the law brutally. We had the situation when Yulia was kicked off from the case. She had no defense lawyers at all, and the hearing was just held by the judge, and there were only the 4 prosecutors and the empty bench of the defense, and they continued hearing the case. No, she wasn't, and they need to.
Did she have counsel present in the court?
No, nobody. They read the indictment. Yeah, absolutely. They read the indictment to the empty bench. To the empty bench, there was nothing. Indictment had the 74 pages, and as far as I remember, 7 pages of amendments, so 81. We had, according to the law, we had the 3 days to review the charges, but we had another problem, because we have no chance to review the files. We had the volume of the case is, as far as I remember, 18 volumes of the files, 300 pages each, and we received only 9 days to revise the case, and the new attorneys. In the case, we received only 2 days for that.
2 days?
So, yeah, 2 days to revise the case, 5,000 pages. I need to say that, according to Ukrainian law, there were no legal grounds for detention, because according to the law, even contempt in the court, you could not be put into the prison. According to the law, you just need to pay the penalty. That's all. Yeah, we appealed for that, but the appeal court said that this ruling of the court is not appealable. They give no reasons. You see, that case is very specific because any judge gives no reasons. He is resolving the motions with no reasons. He is just putting her in jail with no reasons. He just dismissed the appeal with no reasons. No, the judge said that he allowed the Ministry of Health to control of her health, and he supposed no doctor to be allowed, no personal doctor to be allowed.
Who appoints the Minister of Health?
We just the defense. The defense asked the doctor for 1 week just to allow her personal doctor to see her and maybe just to say something about her health. But the doctor said that the Minister of Health will say everything, and the doctors who worked in the Ministry of Health are professional enough to see her. But we understand that Tymoshenko is struggling not against the court, not against the law. Tymoshenko is struggling against the government of Ukraine, and all the doctors who worked in the government of Ukraine, in the Ministry of Health, they depend from the government, and they will not say the real information about her health. We have the same situation with the ex-Minister of Interior, Mr. Lutsenko, who was just 2 months ago put emergently in the emergency. But during that time they say that he is healthy enough and he is okay. The Minister of Health is appointed by the President, so he is just the guy of the President's team, and the Tymoshenko is struggling against President. I think that they understand that being in jail, that's not a normal situation. That's a normal situation for any person, especially for her, because she was working hard before that, and she's working hard now in the case, because the case is hearing on the day-to-day basis from 9 a.m. till 6 or 7 or 8 p.m. every day. So her health is not so good. But they're afraid of that. They don't want to say to the people of Ukraine that she could be ill because of the hearings of the case. So they don't want to allow any doctor to visit her. You see, I understand that every court in Ukraine, every judge in Ukraine is is in the system of the government. He's working in the system of the government, and he depends totally upon the decisions of the government and the president personally. So as I've mentioned, every judge in the country could be fired just in 2 weeks, and every judge understands that. So we have no independent judiciary here in the country at all. So I understand that the only judiciary that we could have, the independent and fair judiciary, that judiciary could be in the courts outside the Ukraine. So, for example, the European Court of Human Rights that you mentioned. Yeah, we are looking now for the possibilities to go to the European Court of Human Rights as soon as possible, just using all the possibilities that are in the rules of the European Court of Human Rights. And I think that we have some legal grounds for that, just to go to with the application to the European Court of Human Rights, even just now. We filed just 2 applications already. We are preparing the 3rd application just now. I think it will be filed maybe in 1 week. I don't see that conclusion, and I think that she would be convicted even there are no legal basis for that. But the judge will announce the decision that would be written in the President's administration. That's the first issue. The second issue, I'm sure that all that is a personal thing made by the President of Ukraine. I think that the appeal process in Ukraine just will take 1 or 1.5 years, because as far as they are just fastening the case now, they will try to slow down the case after the decision, after the verdict, and they want the appeal court to make the decision maybe in 1 year.